This is not going to be for everybody, and I don't know who needs to hear this. So just, I don't know, buckle in. Buckle up, sweetheart, is what I feel like I feel like I keep hearing. Buckle up, sweetheart. Your lack, or the feeling, the feeling that things are lacking right now, they're saying it's not really a lack. They're saying it's a release. And they're being extremely specific. Lack of finances, lack of love, lack of direction, lack of balance on the inside of self. It's not a lack, it's a release. They're talking about you feel like you're lacking it because you just released it. You released somebody who doesn't truly love you. You released the grinding, the what's that called? Like the pull and the need to be in just out of imbalanced masculine is the way that I want to say, like imbalanced masculine. And this can be for my feminines too. And I feel like this part is really talking about the feminines having to survive in their masculine because that is the only energy they feel gets it done. And there's just this, you let that go. You let the need to grind your life away for monetary things go. You made decisions that were best for you. So you had to release things that no longer served you. And this comes paired in with this truth here. And they are talking about how I do have my Hierophant out here and it's bridged. And I really do feel like they're talking about how you're currently in the process of learning this. You're currently releasing what's not you to pick up what is you, to adopt what is you, to find what truly is supposed to fit in that spot, that piece, that opening that you have left. But before the piece is found, it can be interpreted as lack. That's the way they're saying it. Before the piece is located, before the piece is found or adopted or picked up, because you know I love when we talk about hands full of shit and you gotta let something go to pick something else up, notification randomly. This is exactly what they're talking about. So if you feel like right now, I want to say your circumstances are changing. That's the way I want to say it. Your circumstances are changing. It's because they are. Because you're changing. So because you are changing, you are demanding change in your circumstances. And they just keep saying that word circumstances. And I make it feel, it like makes it feel like it's the circumstances of your life, the circumstances of your reality, the circumstances of your day-to-day. It must change because your energy demands it. And for those of you who have been doing like this healing journey, and I really want to lean to my masculines here because I got this King of Cups out here, and I really just do want to lean to my masculines. Like, if you are the person who has been weaving, and I want to go like this, I don't know why. It's like two separate things, and it's like coming together. I don't know why I want to do that, but that's what I see. And they're talking about how the two halves of you, you've really been healing that part and you've been putting it together. And they're talking about that requires release. So they're just making sure that you don't sit in a mindset of lack, thus perpetuating a lesser frequency is the way that they're saying it. Because they're saying it couldn't be further from the truth. You are elevating in frequency because you are releasing what is not meant for you, what is not yours, what no longer aligns with where you are right now is the way that I want to say it. So they don't want you to adopt a lesser mindset. They don't want you to adopt a lesser occurrence is the way that they're saying it, because that's just not the case. They're talking about how even though it's kind of like promises, I don't know what I want to say. I think it's more like those inevitable promises, but they really are pulling me towards like promises that they've made you, that if you do this, the backside's better, is the way that this makes me feel. And I feel like after coming out of this, there may be some holes, right? There may be some gaps. There may be some things that need filled, but they're talking about how now you're just not willing to fill them with anything. And that's the way that I want to say it, especially my masculines when it comes to love, when it comes to their mother wounds, when it comes to knowing their worth, not just for monetarily what they bring to the table and not for their egoistic, masculine, always need to be on point, protector mode. No, your worth as a person, as a soul. And they're just talking about how now Now there's a lot of call for happiness, a lot of call for celebration, a lot of call for new beginnings is the way that I feel like it is. And I feel like after this transition, you turn that lack, that feeling of lack into prosperity is the way that I want to say it, and of like balancing. And I have both my physical balance and my internal balance paired with my external balance. And it really just feels as though a lot of these things are coming to a head right now. You're bridging out of your soul search is the way that I want to say it. And you had to go deep. Like, you had to go so deep. And if you've ever felt like you were abandoned or left alone during this, I'm going to call it a trial. I don't know why I want to use the word trial. This trial, they're saying yes, but no. They didn't leave you alone. They left you alone because that's what was needed. But they're talking about when you continuously asked for direction, they left you with everything you needed. And they're pointing back to the fact that you are the map. That you are the map you've been searching for. You are the blueprint. You are all roads open and pointed to the center of you. And they're just talking about they led it this way so that you could learn yourself, thus freeing yourself from everything you're not. And I don't know who this is going to jive with, but I had this saying come up yesterday, and it was like, I am me, but I am three. Mind, body, and me. And me being soul, spirit. And I just thought it was really interesting because they were tying it in with maps. I am free for I am me. And they're talking about like they haven't left you alone, for you are three. Mind, body, and me. And I don't know. It's just been sitting with me, so I wanted to share it. Now, going through this, as simple as it sounds, and maybe we hear it a lot. There's a second Hierophant out in this deck. Maybe we hear it a lot. It takes a lot out of you. It takes a lot in you. It takes a lot of strength to do this. And I don't know who needs to hear this, and this is probably separate from the message. But the idea that nobody understands is something our brain tells us as like a coping mechanism to not have to deal with something. The best thing you can do is share yourself. The best thing you can do is share your story. The best thing you can do is share your experiences. The best thing you can do is be honest with yourself and then honest with others when the moment arises. I don't know who needs to hear that, but sometimes I feel like we get caught or taught into separation to where just don't say that part, or just don't share that with anybody, or nobody's going to understand, so what's the point? And I don't know why, but lately Spirit's just been talking about how that's not the case. And if more people talk to each other, and if more people said the quiet parts out loud, then we would be living as a people more authentically, and we would be more connected. And they just keep talking about hive mind, and they keep talking about energy, interconnectedness of all things. So I don't know who needs to hear this, and I know that this is more of a serious message than most of our things, but they've really placed me in an odd spot the last couple days of some really deep conversations. And I just felt like somebody out here needed to hear it, and it's not for everybody, and I am fully aware of that. That is well within my awareness. Ooh, TMJ just popped like a mother. But I hope this helps whoever needs to hear it right now. I'll see you guys later.